Hey guys, Tani here with Kingdom Chat. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Today I wanted to jump into something real quick. I was watching the movie Avatar, and it really kind of it hit home. I got emotional, shed a few tears. It was crazy. Not that I haven't seen the movie before, but I think once you start vibrating on a different level and you start watching or listening to anything that you're starting to receive again, you know, it's just like a whole different scenario, a whole different process, a whole different thinking about things. And then you start realizing things, right? In the Avatar movie, how you have the indigenous people that were, indigenous to the land that they were, and here comes, they refer to them in the movie as air people, um, coming to take, coming to this take, right, and destroy what is not theirs, but because of whatever factor they need, they're going to do whatever it takes to get it, right? Which is ultimately what has happened to people in this land, the indigenous of this land, and the system that we have in place, um, that came and took over, like dictating. Initially things were supposed to be the people give you the power to do for them, but it just became such a monster over the mask, and they start teaching us things you don't realize that they have successfully manipulated our minds to however we think on a daily basis today, because everything is about money, 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 money. I got to get this money for this. I got to get this money for, you know what I'm saying? It was not intended to be that way. We are all carrying something within us that we are to fulfill in order to help one another, in order to be there for each other. But the the point has changed so drastically that we are so lost as to what it is that we are here to do, right? I saw someone wrote a long thing the other day, a friend of mine from high school, speaking of how God is, if he's real, and why do they have to suffer like this? Why do you have to and majority of people in the world have this question. Why do I have to suffer like this? Why do I have to go through this? Why do I have this illness? Why do I only you and the creator must know that, right? Nobody can answer that for you. And then when you lash out like that into the public, and for the believers and the real people that know and believe that it's not the way you are lashing out against the creator, right? Of course we're going to have to say something to you. We are placed in a puzzle in order to blossom out of that puzzle, regardless of what anybody says, in righteousness, man. No evil thoughts in your brain. And trust me, it's not going to be easy, because at the end of the day, still you have what we're calling brain, what, like conditioning. So a lot of people are conditioned to be a certain way. So when you do come across another person and they're like derogatory or mean or something towards you, they're not functioning the way they're supposed to be functioning. They're under the government authority, and then they're going to be that way because, first of all, we don't realize that this conditioning, brainwashing we're worried about everything else except for the main thing that we are supposed to be vibrating on, man. There's millions of sperms released, and the one sperm that made it is you and me and us that are here on this earth. So now it is time to figure out what it is that we're here to do, right? But it's hard. I understand that it's hard. And I know that because as soon as you come out, this de facto system that we're under has in place things for us to already be conditioned to. Never mind the fact that we have to sign away our rights to them in the hospital when we have the kid, not knowing. Now I know. Ladies, read the papers that you're signing to get these birth certificate, Social Security. These are all contracts with the de facto government system that we're under. I'm sorry, this is for educational purposes. You don't have to do this, but read everything before you leave that hospital, just to see, get a clarity of what you're signing. Because if you're ever wondering how they can come and scoop your child out if you're trying to discipline them, the neighbor or somebody called the cops on you, and you're wondering why they're able to come and take your child without your consent, don't think because you're in the country or you're in this land that they are obligated to do so. This land is made for all of us, right? And of course, they're going to come with their thing that they want us to abide by. It's not law. They've created statutes, codes, and stuff in order to control the mass amount of people. And we just tend to believe it because we don't question authority. We just go with the flow. And this is how it's been for ages. I'm not saying, oh, who are you to come and change anything? You're just placed here to do the same. No, man. You're placed here to make a difference. And I know this is the constant battle between you and yourself in your head. For anyone, right? And this is where you're going to always be miserable because you want to still live this mediocre life that everyone around you is living. And you're not happy at the end of the day. But you're like, just got to go, keep going, You're miserable, man. You're not happy. So I'm not saying to go out there and do drastic things or whatever. Really sit down, humble yourself, build a connection with your creator, visualize what you want to do in this world, and just keep at it, man. It's as simple as that. Don't let people around you or whatever system that we're under influence you in any kind of way, because we're all individually equal and we all individually have something to give each other, man. Don't think that we all here to just be mediocre and just follow in the line where what the next person is doing, what you're doing, what he's doing. It's not how it's supposed to work. But we've gotten so used to just being mediocre, it's kind of difficult, right? You have to just stop and think. And it's kind of hard. It's hard to I just come across so many people on this side in New York, on this side of the world, at least, I have to say. And you know what? In Florida as well. I was in Florida. And just most of the people that I've talked to, we're just functioning on a level right here, man. In this majority of the world. If you can go different places in the world and see that people are functioning on one level, we're all being fed the same damn thing. At the end of the day, but sometimes we have to it's very unfamiliar to try to think outside of yourself, because you're like, oh, this is not you, so you get scared. I think we're scared. That's the thing. Fear. And they've done such a great job instilling fear in us, to go out there and doing anything that you want. Don't be afraid to fail at anything, man, because now you have to know why and how you failed in order to get up and do it again in a different way, right? So if you're failing at something, or if you're attempting to do something and you fail at it, you must stop and realize what happened if this is something that you really want to do. And then approach it again on a different level, right? And that's how it works. And after that, and if it's something you're passionate about, you shall blossom. In Jeremiah, he says he knows the plans he has for you. This is something I reiterate most of the time in my videos. Plans to prosper you. He wants you to succeed. The creator, the universe, whatever you want to refer to it as, wants you to succeed. And you are built to do such. So I really think it starts by being away from this world. I'm not saying that you have to be away from people, but in order to develop yourself as a being, as a person, as the soul that lives within this body, you must know who you are first. It takes some time because we can seem to differentiate the influence from the world of people telling us who we are versus who you feel you know and no, you are on the inside, right? So that's the problem. So I encourage you guys still in 2020 of October. I've been saying this from the beginning of my videos. This will take some time and get to know yourself. Don't sit there and thinking, oh, it's bored. Try to connect with your source. Try to connect with your source of creation. Stop thinking this. They completely are trying to wipe God out of this land, guys, of this world. You speak about him as a joke nowadays to some people. You don't realize this how we're functioning because of the creation of the creator, right? But they've taught us that this shit is religious. They've taught us that this is some other thing, so we choose to run away from it, or if we even try to go to it, we don't understand it because we are going to it on a religious Western perspective, which is ultimately not the right idea. And there's answers and remedies out there, guys, to learn this stuff, man, to learn the right and true knowledge about yourself. We are so powerful, and they've taken it away from us because we don't really understand why we're here as such a mask. And it's just like we're here kind of suffering where it's not supposed to really be that way, you know? But there's remedies out here for each and every one of us. And it's all about gaining the knowledge to know in order to stand for yourself. But a lot of us in this world are not going to want to go ahead and do that because they've done such a great job in controlling us mentally that we have to be worried about everything else except for the fact of what we're supposed to be thinking about. You know, we're worried every day and getting up. I gotta pay these bills. I gotta go to this work. That's what they control us by. They controlled us with that because it's like, other than that, you can't even think about anything else, right? And you think that there's nothing else to think about. And that's how you lose yourself. Now you're lost in this world. Now you're like, what is it that I'm here to do? And really, if you sit to yourself, whenever you even get to that point and start thinking, it'll come to you again because it's already been there. It's been there. But the lack of acknowledging it seemed to, sometimes it seemed to disappear out of our hearts. But it's always there. Always there. Always there. Always there. So my thing to you guys is, continue to stay encouraged, stay motivated, stay positive. No matter the circumstances you're going through, you're going to be facing, it's a battle. It's a challenge. It's a battle between good and evil every day you get up, man. It's as simple as that. And you don't know that when people attack your spirit, that's just a constant battle between good and evil. But it's either you let it affect you, or you deflect, or you stand strong and know that you're not going to break me. I know what I'm going for, and I know what it is, and you're not going to stop me. And just keep on going, baby. I'm telling you, it's the best feeling in the world. The best feeling in the world. So for anybody or everyone out there, if you need these encouraging words, go ahead, man. Go ahead. You can do it. You can do it. God bless. Love you guys so much, brothers and sisters. Peace out and have a great evening. Thank you.